Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. We are just taking a quick look at Verasity here, and as we can see, looking like it's had a very decent little rollover over the past 2 or 3 days. Pretty much as I've been predicting for a bit, basically a good damn while now, let's be honest. A few weeks now I've been saying that this is probably going to be on the cards. A lot of people saying, oh no, Verasity is only up only, it's never going to go down again, all this stuff. And to those people I would say, you really need to think about the price action of what is actually happening here and the structure that is being created. Because when you have moves like this to the upside, where basically no good structure or, you know, at least strong points of pivot in the market are being made, you can come up this quickly and you can go down this quickly. And that has always been the case and always will be the case, especially for cryptocurrency, which is extremely volatile. If you don't make good structure, you are going to get found out. And you can see here, with Verasity going to the upside so quickly over the past month or so, it's had a 5x in essentially 2 months. You are going to see a bit of a retracement. Like it's basically guaranteed, in my opinion. Sooner or later, you are going to see a bit of a retracement when people take profits. They start to, you know, lose faith in the push to the upside. It loses momentum. Sellers come into the market, and you can see it's exactly what's starting to happen here for Verasity. This is something that I've been warning people of for a few weeks now. I've been saying that there is a bearish divergence on the price action here. You can see the RSI, the strength of the price action losing momentum, but continuing to get that overextension to the upside. And especially hitting that big psychological 1 cent level. We got stuck under this, didn't we? You can see here pretty much exactly rejected at the 1 cent level. We've got that overextension here to grab some more liquidity. We come back inside, and then basically here, this was your opportunity to short, wasn't it, to be honest? You can see these 2 big wicks here. And then you've got your breakout, your bearish engulfing candle as well in this area. And then since then, the price action has been all red pretty much in a row. And now starting to get that real like capitulation here, where we came down, we lost this previous swing high resistance. We lost it as support. We've come back down below, obviously a huge wick here, down to this previous swing low area. And then, to be fair, having a decent bounce in this area right now, but obviously with such a large overextension to the upside, a bit of a retracement was fairly likely, and it does seem as though Verasity right now is fulfilling that prophecy. So on the hourly time frame, you can have a bit more of an idea of what's going on. You can see obviously over the past few days, we'd say that about the past month here really, aren't we, we're looking at. You can see we obviously had that big coiling motion, the overextension here, a coiling motion again with the breakout, the back test, but we did lose support, didn't we? Started to come back down. Retest as resistance, this Fibonacci level here, the 038. Then we came down to this level here, and you see basically a massive rollover in this area. A big impulsive move to the downside there. And now looking like we've had a very decent bounce off this low, in fairness. Now looking like we are coiling up potentially, but we are coiling up underneath resistance here. So it'll be interesting to see if we do bounce to the upside, or we essentially, just reject here and continue down, at least for a back test of this level. But you can see really, the overextension was very likely. Massive amount of volume here as well, by the way. Look at the size of that volume. That is a massive amount of volume there. That might just be one person selling a huge bag, to be fair, and dropping the market, because it does seem fairly likely considering how impulsive that big candlestick to the downside was. But right now, Verasity is doing what it needs to do. Like, I'm not too concerned about this. It's actually nice to see it coming back down and retesting some levels, because I did say that this was going to occur. And it is nice to see it actually being done, because it means that basically the price action isn't going to get too parabolic and ridiculous, because, if you play silly games, you get silly prizes, basically. And as Coins Kid would say, does he say big green wicks, big green candles equals big red dildos, or something like that? It seems, if you come up like this, crazy parabolic move, and then to the weekly time frame probably looks ridiculous. You can see it on the weekly, massive, basically 2 months of up only green candles, and now getting a nice retracement here, which I do think is very important and necessary, to be honest. So Verasity right now, as I said, it's just doing what it needs to do. There's nothing too concerning about this price action. In terms of the way that I'm personally trading this, because I know that people are always interested in hearing about that, They're always like, oh, you do all this analysis, but do you actually trade these markets? And the answer is yes. You can see on the chart I have marked out my positions. I've started doing this because people always ask, like, where are your positions? How are you trading this market? Right now, I'm scaling into a trading position for Verasity. I've got a long-term bag for it as well, for when it probably heads up to some crazy price targets, which I do think is very, very possible, by the way, over the next few years for Verasity. But you can see here on the chart, I've got one long position here, which was filled. I've got a slightly larger position here, which was filled. And I've got a much larger position down at the 023 here, which I think, considering how we're going here, could be filled over the next few weeks. Just scaling into a long position here overall. Really just waiting for the market, you know, to do that natural retracement. And I had these positions ready because I knew this would happen. And you can see it is pretty much playing out and coming to fruition in a very, very nice little manner. Obviously, you know, all those short-term people that get really scared about markets making big moves like this to the downside and the upside, they're obviously all crying right now. There were quite a few people crying on the past few videos I did, saying that Verasity is never going to retrace. It's just going to go up only, and that I'm basically being an idiot for saying that it's looking, you know, potentially like a little bit of a bearish scenario in the short term. And to those people, as I said before, I would say you just need to look at the technicals without emotion. It's pretty obvious that this bearish divergence here was going to play out at some point. And I did say in multiple videos that we could continue to go up. You know, we could get the overextension continuation for a good while. But eventually you are going to see a big correction, because it's absolutely likely, considering this massive parabolic move here. None of this area here. Yeah, I mean, none of this has been retested at all. It's just gone vroom, all the way to the upside without retesting any of it. And to be honest, that is, you know, setting the price action up for a big correction, because just as quick as you can go up, you can come back down, can't you? And that is pretty clearly, you know, what is starting to happen here for Verasity. We'll see how deep the correction goes. Personally, and this is just my opinion, I'd love to see it come back down to here, to the bear market resistance that it broke out of. You can see bear market resistance. We've got that clean break here, which is sitting on that 023 Fibonacci as well at that point. I'd love to see the price action come down to the 023. Maybe even get that deeper correction down to here. Get that higher high, higher low, come up and make another higher high. You know, coming back down into this area here, making good structure, and then making our way back to the upside would be the ideal scenario, in my opinion. Because it would just mean that essentially the price action would be looking a lot more stable than this crazy parabola that we have seen. So that would be my analysis for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching indeed. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do want to support the channel, please do consider becoming a YouTube member. You'll get access to our private Discord, and it would just really, really help me out. I'll be hanging out in that Discord most days with other investors, talking about cryptocurrencies, opportunities, etc. So if you do want to support the channel, please do consider that, and I will see you in the next video.